I've seen toxicity in both. I've seen toxicity in both. And I can't sit here and say that one or the other is not toxic just because it makes you uncomfortable. The reality is that these are reality. This is reality. And Jesus ran around reality just because it was uncomfortable. Jesus didn't ignore reality just because it was something that was uncomfortable. Jesus faced reality, but he also did supernatural things to confront reality, to deal with reality. And we can't dismiss the racism. We can't dismiss the hurt of the past because it makes people uncomfortable to talk about it. Even as Christians. Healing is uncomfortable. Fixing things is uncomfortable. And people are they have fallen to such an idolatry of their comfort that they will dismiss, invalidate the testimony of their brother and sister who is black, who has dealt with racism, because they don't want to talk about it. Oh, it's not about race. There's other yes, there is other supernatural bondage, but yes, the reality. There's supernatural and there's reality. But you need both. God says we're in the world, right? Reality is we're in the world. We're in the world. But supernaturally, we're not of the world. I understand that I am in the world, but I am not of it. So I can be a Christian that is a heavenly citizen and a Christian that is in earth at the same time. Because in the spiritual realm, there is no barrier to time or place. But physically, in my humanity, I am in the world. Both black church and white church have been abusive. I told you, I've been on the end of both. And we can't dismiss reality, like I said, because it's just it's an uncomfortable conversation. Oh, it's not about that. No, it is. No, it is. For me, it is. And that's where the frustration that has come in. And a lot of people have walked away from God because of this. A lot of people have misunderstood God because of this. A lot of people have misunderstood God's love for the black church because of this. A lot of people are still in bondage because we haven't addressed this. Supernaturally. Not able to forgive. Not able to bitterness, anger has led to supernatural bondage.
In about 10 miles, take the exit to merge onto I-605 South.
Because we haven't dealt with it. And I asked God about it. And I'm going to tell you what he showed me. He showed me that this is exactly what God showed me. I seen a vision. He showed me in a vision, a supernatural vision. I seen a gaping infected wound. And I saw somebody just trying to put a band-aid over it. I'm like, if anybody sees this wound in a vision, I'm like, this person needs stitches. This person needs medical treatment. This person needs something more than a band-aid. A band-aid is not going to fix this. And I said, God, what is this? He says, that's what they're doing with racism. Just slap a band-aid on it. They'll be okay. Let them bleed out. This person is clearly in need of serious medical condition. It's a gaping infected wound. It's cut past the white meat. It's cut way past the white meat. This person needs stitches. They need the wound cleaned and they need stitches. And then everybody just want to keep throwing a Band-Aid on it. A Band-Aid is not going to fix this. The reality is, yes, I can lay hands and heal that person. Yes. That's the supernatural reality. But if that person doesn't let me, because there are barriers, then that person will bleed out. I can't do any miracles with a person that doesn't want it. If that person doesn't want to be healed or can't be healed because there is a barrier for me, a barrier of a lack of faith, a barrier of sin or a wound, a sin of bitterness, unforgiveness, whatever, it can affect how I minister to that person. Like I said before, there's a lot of ways that Black church has been toxic in their thinking, especially in the concerns of mental health and discipline. I understand that. I see that. I acknowledge that. But I've also seen white church be abusive, dismissing, invalidating the testimonies of their Black brothers and sisters. And if they don't like you, they take things from you. They block you from certain spaces, like they've been doing. It's nothing new. It's a subliminal Jim Crow. Even in worship spaces, I've seen it. I've dealt with it. And yet we scream all day long, we are one nation under God. We are one church. We're only one church when it's convenient for you. If you don't like me in my ghetto, you gatekeep. Y'all gatekeep. And y'all still do it. Y'all are still subliminally racist. A lot of y'all. Unless it's your favorite type of Black. The ones that are easy to control and manipulate. That is bondage. And that is witchcraft. And because my type of Black is inconvenient, you invalidate me, you abuse me, and you gatekeep. And then swear up and down we are one church. No, we're not. Is it your church or is it God's church? Because Jesus' church doesn't look like this. And what does she know? She's on. I am a mandated reporter. And what that is I specialize in identifying abuse. I've been trained to do it. I've worked with children for years. Going on 8 years now. I've been around children my entire life. David had sheep, I had children. So yes, I know what abuse looked like. And I've seen it in both. And just because it's an uncomfortable conversation, an uncomfortable thing to confront, you dismiss it. Oh, it's not about flesh and blood, but I am flesh. I'm not saying I'm finna start a war, a civil war. But I am saying that you can expect me to fight a supernatural war and then you're still fighting my flesh. You may not be physically hitting me, but you are subliminally racist. Jim Crow, just because they weren't making slaves stay put, Jim Crow was still a fight. It then became systematic. It then became socially. It then became financial. These are a type of wars that are what? They're not physical, but what? They're systematic. And you would watch your brother and sister go under fire and feel no conviction. And dismiss and say, oh, keep fighting the good supernatural faith. And never speak up about the physical. Though Jesus addressed physical issues. I mean, fleshly issues, right? The tax money. He healed people's physical bodies. He cured people's physical sicknesses. If the physical and the flesh did not matter to God, then he wouldn't went around healing people's bodies. He would have told you, hang on, heaven is coming. Heaven is here now. He didn't make them wait till they got to heaven. Now, there's some things, yes, we will have to wait until we get to heaven. There are some things that God won't do until we get to heaven. Yes, this is true. But people have been using that as a crutch to allow abuse. And to be subliminally racist. And just because it doesn't say Jim Crow does not mean that it's not. They just changed the name. Same thing, different name. I seen cornrows. And they changed the name to to mini French braids. I said, what? Them is cornrows. Them ain't mini French braids. We've been doing this for years. What? What? Why are you naming it that? I digress. Yes, it is very supernatural, and we should deal with the supernatural. Absolutely. But we can't brush off the physical just because we understand the supernatural. You have to deal with both. I can call the demon out, right? But then I might have to touch that person and lay hands on them physically. Is it always the case? No. God can deal with stuff whenever he wants, however far it is, he can deal with it. I've seen it. There is no limitation. But there's sometimes where God will lead you to deal with the physical, to touch somebody, to physically say something, because he understands that our humanity is both flesh and blood. So no, we shouldn't fight both flesh and blood, right? But we should acknowledge it. We should acknowledge it. There are physical battles that we all face. Whether that's supernatural, whatever. But I can't invalidate anybody's experience or mine's. If it's truth, it's truth. If I'm not lying, you can't invalidate it. The only way you can invalidate my testimony is if I'm lying. And ignoring those battles doesn't make you more supernatural than me. Doesn't make you any closer to God than me. Because Jesus dealt with both. Not to compare or to create a compare. No, but I'm saying we can't be so supernatural, right? You should be supernatural. You absolutely should. I'm not coming against that. I agree. A lot of things that we deal with are very much so supernatural, including racism. It's demonic. We know this. But we can't ignore the reality. I can't say, oh, God, heal my body, and then physically keep doing the same stuff over and over again. It doesn't work like that. It's one thing that something is fighting you supernaturally, yes. Then yes, you deal with it supernaturally. And there are some people who, weight loss wise, things have fought them supernaturally for them losing weight, whatever. That's a thing. But then there's also the reality that some people just make bad choices. Including myself. I'm on my weight loss journey. Sometimes I don't always make the best choices. Sometimes I have more cheat days than I should. And that's just me being honest. But we can't dismiss the reality of what's going on just because we don't want to talk about it. We can't pretend like it didn't happen just because we don't like what happened. I've done that. I've ignored, okay, this happened, so let me ignore it. But that didn't make me heal. Ignoring the problem didn't make me heal any faster. Ignoring the gaping hole, infectious wound, didn't make me feel any better. I had to face the wound that this happened to me. And though it should not have happened, the reality is it did. And I can't physically, I can heal, but I first had to acknowledge it. In therapy, if you ever went to therapy,
in 2 miles,
you have to acknowledge
to merge
that,
onto I-605
this is a toxic trait I have, or this is a toxic thing I need to deal with, or maybe that this actually happened to me and it wasn't good. And you gotta stop gaslighting yourself or invalidating yourself. And be like, in order for me to heal, I have to acknowledge that this happened, is bad. Okay, bad. Now, where do I go from here? How do I move past? How do I start making the right steps, making the right decisions to heal past this? Ignoring things don't make them heal. It just makes you feel. It just makes less work. That's all it does. It just makes less work. But healing takes work. Healing takes acknowledgement and then making the proper decisions afterwards. And it's not that I'm not angry with people. I'm angry with people's thought processes, because I know what God showed me in my prayer time. This is why you can't jump.
Use the right 2 lanes to take the exit to merge onto I-605 South.
It's why you can't jump on the bandwagon. You gotta think for yourself, because, oh, hey girl, hey Stace, my bad, hey girl, hey, I didn't see you. I need to get over. Please let me get over. You gonna let me over? Oh, thank you. God bless you. We need to do a coaching soon, girl. We gotta catch up. We gotta catch up a lot. A lot has happened since the last time we talked. And congratulations again on your passing your exams, sis. Period. God did that. You did that.
Take the exit.
Y'all did that. Okay. So I can get over it. Oh, bet. Yeah. Okay, you did it. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I am definitely multitasking. But black church and white church has been abusive. I don't care what nobody say. I've seen both do things. But I can say this. A lot of the trauma that's in black church is because of what happened with the white.
In 4.8 miles, take exit 22 to merge onto I-10 East toward San Bernardino.
Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, I can argue. Why you can't see no lines? I don't like that. But a lot of the black community trauma and the things we pass down has a lot to do with the white community. And I stand on that. I stand on that 10 toes down. Guess I'll be looking. Amen. Thank you. You told me if I was a false prophet, you won't pass. But if I am, if you do, I am with you. Yeah, God is with me. I don't be prophet lying. I'm too scared of God to be doing it. People do not fear God enough. I don't listen. I didn't call myself. I didn't want to be a prophet. I didn't even want to do this. God told me I was gonna do this. People prophesied to me about doing this. I didn't want to do this because I didn't. And the thing is, it was because no, I was thinking about the warfare. Whenever God calls you to a position, you're gonna deal with some type of warfare, and I knew that. And I'm like, Jesus, hold on now. What you mean? How much warfare this come with? How much we finna go through? Hold on. I do it, but how much pain I'm gonna have to endure? How much suffering I'm gonna have to endure for this?
In 2 miles, take exit 22 to merge onto I-10 East toward San Bernardino.
But yes, hit me up through Instagram. I want to get a website going soon to make it easier for y'all. But I gotta build it. I gotta either build it or pay somebody to build it. But I love y'all, and I pray that this was to help. I'm not trying to. Honestly, I'm very passionate about this, and I know this is something I'm called to. I know everybody's not called to that, and that's okay. But just because you're not called to it don't mean you don't listen and participate. There's different ways that you can participate based on what you're called to. You may not be called to preach on this, but you can participate by, in your own church, not being racist. In your own church, creating ways for the black community to heal in both white and black spaces. There are everyday things you can do in your vicinity.
Go past this exit.
How about
Use the second lane
all
from
your
right to take exit 22
how
to
about
merge onto I-10
girl,
East
Siri, shut
toward
up.
San Bernardino.
Siri, I'm talking. Shut up. I'm sorry. Be quiet, Siri, please. How about putting all your ministers through abuse training so that they know what is considered abusive? It's free.
Use the second lane from right to take exit 22 to merge on.
Some ministers, if teachers have to do it, then why can't ministers and teachers of the word do it? Go through abuse training in black spaces and in white spaces. I believe you should do both. That's how you heal. Is gaining the wisdom you need to stop being a certain type of way if you know it's hurting.
Take the exit, then keep left to merge onto I-10 East toward San Bernardino. Use the left lane to keep left to merge onto I-10 East toward San Bernardino.
Wait, can y'all well, no, you can book a coaching through through Instagram. Do you have my Instagram, sis? Or email me. Or you can use my email too, the email I have for the ministry. You can email me too. You can book it that way. And I also have a special going this month for coachings. I got a special going on this month. So hit me up and I'll let you know what the special is. Yeah, but there's a lot, you know, there's a lot that I just kept seeing that, and when I say it was pissing me off, I wasn't pissed off with my brothers and sisters, but I was pissed off with the thought process that people are really just bypassing this for the sake of supernatural. And yes, I'm very supernatural, y'all. If anybody who knows me, you know that my experiences in the supernatural are a little bit abnormal.
In about 6.5 miles, take exit 38A onto Grand Avenue.
Unusual warfare. I've dealt with unusual things that have happened supernaturally. That's my gifting. That's my calling. I understand that. I received that. I accepted that. And I've learned to live with that. Right? I'm literally like the Christian Ghostbusters. But like it's a balance. It's a balance of dealing with both reality and dealing with reality, and also dealing with, you know, whatever the flesh you got. Ooh, that's what it's called. I've been trying to find like you know how you have certain stores in different states and you be trying to find like the brand for that store, but it's always named. Okay, for instance, like if you're looking for like exit only. Okay, I'm not exiting. I need to get over it again. But yeah, we gotta deal with both, and I don't like the fact that people just bypass certain things because for the sake of Christianity or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be a balance. Like it gotta be an understanding. Like I don't know, we gotta deal with the supernatural, but we also gotta deal with the physical. Like we can't just. You gotta deal with both, and you gotta know that because you operate out of the supernatural, that you can deal with the physical. Oh, I can't do nothing about that. Yeah, you can. You can pray. Now I know that majority of my warfare is I pray. I pray for the black community. I feel the weight of. I pray for not just the black community. I pray for people, both communities, all communities, Hispanic community, everything. We're called to pray for those things. When I feel a burden in my heart and I feel the weight of what's going on, I pray. That's what I'm called to do. Speaking things that ain't happen and being able to see the future. No. Being a prophet means intercession, praying. You always think about somebody else because you're praying for them. You're sensitive. You cry for other people because you're sensitive to the heart of God. God wants you to pray for them. What's happening around you should, I'm not saying take on demonic burdens. No, God didn't create you to take on demonic burdens. But you absolutely have a calling to carry weight, burdens in prayer. Not carry them, just walk around with them. No, carry them in prayer. That's how you get depressed. And people ask me all the time, how do you stay with joy and happiness and peace? I pray all the time. When God says pray without ceasing, he wasn't saying that just because he want to talk to us all day. No, he was saying that because he wants you to intercede for other people. He was dealing with selfishness. And I raise my hand. I have selfish moments. I do. But prayer makes you unselfish. Prayer makes you see things outside of yourself. Sometimes you got to pray and tell God, God, let me feel the pain of others. God, let me feel the pain of the world around me. Not to be... I want to pray for my brothers. I don't like what I saw in Nigeria. Watching Christians being killed and beheaded. I don't like that. That bothered me. It made me angry. So what I do? Pray. I don't like what happened to Christians in Iran. They're locking Christians up and killing them, hurting them, because they're professing the name of Jesus at record numbers. God, help our brothers and sisters around the world who are dealing with persecution for your name's sake. And thank you, God, for the opportunity that I am able to praise your name freely. Though it's a lot of things I don't like in my country, there are some things I do like. But I feel like whenever you're called to prophesy to a country, you never really like it in the first place. It's because a lot of it's because of the trauma I've dealt with here. So, you know, I'm honest about that. I've never been the type of person to hide my pain or hide my... The reality is I've been through a lot of crap. But the reality also is supernaturally God has healed me from a lot of stuff I went through. And most people by now would have went crazy, would have killed themselves. I mean, I've tried. I have the scars to prove it. But at the end of the day, it's just like God preserved me even from myself. Yes, I have been up in a place where I was suicidal and didn't want to live. It was years ago, but now I love life. Oh, I love life. And though some stuff be pissing me off and makes me sad sometimes, it's okay. God heals me. I release it in prayer, and I get back up, and I find my joy again. I choose peace again. I choose joy again. Sometimes joy is a choice. And then sometimes it's some stuff where people need healing, where it's a chemical imbalance, or people have been through so many things and they have physical wounds, soul wounds that need to be worked out. So depression is not always a demon. Sometimes it's the soul that needs healing. That's why it's called deliverance and inner healing, because sometimes deliverance can't take place until the inner healing is done, or sometimes deliverance is not needed. They just need to heal their wound, and guess what? The demon will leave because there's no wound for the demon to hide in. I believe it was Anointed Fire that said that. It was really good. She said that demons hide in wounds, and that's so true. But if you heal the wound, no house for the demon. The demon like, dang, I ain't got nowhere to stay no more. The wound closed up. Exactly, leave. Now go.
In 2 miles, take exit 38A onto Grand Avenue.
But there's abuse in both. And we have to deal with the wounds, we have to deal with the demons, we have to deal with the physical stuff, which means sometimes speaking up and speaking out against abuse. That's abuse of power, what they're doing with Epstein. Deleting files because you don't want people to see the truth of what really happened. You're more concerned about your reputation than you are concerned about the people that were abused. We have all done things. We all have. Not one of us is perfect or spotless. Not one. But we all have to take accountability. All of us. And just because somebody's reality, you don't like the reality of it, does not mean you get to delete it and ignore it and remove it. That is abuse of power. Using your position of power to protect your reputation instead of protecting the people who have really went through trauma. They should have arrested people in America by now. They're arresting people in other countries, but they haven't really been arresting people. They're still investigating stuff, I guess. With all this evidence.
Stay in the second lane from right and go past this exit.
It's not rocket science. Y'all got the evidence right in front of you. You got people that are the victims that have survived it, and yet still haven't arrested nobody. You got people that's scared of
Use the right lane to take exit 38A
because
onto
they're
Grand
scared that you're
Avenue.
gonna take things from them, or we'll take your money, we'll take your opportunities because you're speaking out against. Okay, have it here.
Take the exit.
Because at the end of the day,
Then take the first right
at the
onto
end of the
South
day,
Grand Avenue.
when something is for me, you can't take what God has for me. And if you put your hands on it, guess what? God gonna take you.
At the light, use the right lane to turn onto
God
South
will
Grand
reward
Avenue.
me for doing the right thing. The right thing is speaking up against abuse. That's the right thing to do. And I hate and as somebody who has been a steward over children, it sucks.
In 2.7 miles, turn right onto East Amar Road.
The stuff that I have not even been able to really look at a lot of stuff that's in the files because of the things that they've done to women and children, people to human beings. First of all, to dehumanize women and children and whoever, like, that's just, it's evil. It's so evil. They think just because children aren't as maybe articulate, it's just like what you see with slavery. They saw black people as illiterate and not human. The white community has a habit of doing it, of dehumanizing people. And the thing is, they mad because I'm saying this. I'm going to say it. Why? Because that means that even if you are a white person, it's not to make you feel bad in your whiteness, but it's to show you the reality of your history so that you can deal with the root in your own family. So you can start teaching your children to be seers of humanity and not people that's just constantly conquering and taking over and dehumanizing people. But you first have to acknowledge that, hey, this is something that's going on in the white community, and I have to make sure I do my part to make sure I don't raise children that end up like that. Abusers. Oh, we don't like that. We don't like. I don't. Truth. If I be lying, then God should have killed me by now. Because I'm prophesying in the name of Jesus Christ. Do you know He don't play about His name? I'm speaking on the behalf of heaven as an ambassador. Do you know God does not play about His name or his of heaven? Do you know how big our family is? I'm talking as somebody that has seen heaven, not to boast in myself, but to boast in the Lord. Do you know how close knit of a family heaven is? We don't play about each other. I have been to heaven and I've met people, and when I say it don't feel like celebrityship, it's more so like. It's more so like, oh wow, bro, I seen what you did. I read your stories. I love you. You're my brother. You're my sister. This is my family, and I will die for this family. That's what Jesus thought. I will die for heaven so that you can get your children back, God. As your son, I will become the spotless lamb and sacrifice myself so you can have your children because I love you that much.
In 1 mile, turn right onto East Amar Road.
When you reach a certain place in your love walk, you will start to see people. You will start to see, even when people piss me off, there are a lot of people that I don't like. But because I love the Lord, because I love heaven and I love my family and I want to protect my family and I want to protect the heart of God. Listen, I have the faith to destroy worlds. Yes, my faith can destroy worlds. It can destroy the entire universe if I wanted it to. Why? Because faith is currency in heaven. And I have that. But I could never do that. You know why? Because I'm not selfish.
Go past this light.
Then
at the next one, turn right.
I love my Father. And Father loves you. And my Father loves humanity. I could never hurt Him like that. I could never get so upset in my own selfishness and start I will. Okay. Now, I prophesy basically when God tells me to. He did lead me to prophesy some stuff. Sometimes God will lead you to prophesy destruction, okay? This is biblical. This is known. Everything I've done in prophecy this far has been biblical. It's not nothing that's that. This kind of stuff happens all the time in the Bible. If you read it, if you really have well read the Bible.
At the light, turn right onto East Amar Road.
This is normal. But I could never just use my faith as a weapon against the entire, wipe out all of humanity because I'm upset. I get mad, but my love for God is greater than my anger. And because of that, I know how God feels about humanity. And that will break the heart of God, and I will never do that. I love God. I could never hurt him like that. Even though I don't like some of my brothers and sisters.
In 1.7 miles, turn left onto North Lemon Avenue.
White and black. Some of y'all get on my mother. Sorry. My bad, y'all. I'm still healing. Pray for me. See, I ain't even do it. I ain't even say it. I almost did. I ain't even say it. Some of y'all get on my nerves. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all do. Some of y'all, I just wish I would heal more because y'all getting on my nerves. But the faith I have can destroy worlds, the universe. I know I could. I know this. But the thing is, that's not the will of God. And that's not my job to do that. And because I honor my position and the position that God carries and the position that Jesus is supposed to carry, I don't step out of bounds. And when I do and God rebukes me, I receive the rebuke and I change. Because that's love. That's love. Heaven is like home. I've never felt anything in the universe like this. That's how I know it's real. I go all the time. God has granted me where I could go and visit. And when I say it's like a family, when I tell you, if there's one country, one nation I would die for, I would die for heaven. I would die protecting heaven. I told God, I said, God, I understand why you are so strict about this place. Because it's so pure. It's so holy. It's so full of
At the
love.
next light, turn left.
It's like a child. When you love that child, you will go to war about it. I will go to war about heaven. I don't play about it because that's my home. And it's pure. It's a good, holy, untainted place.
At the light, turn left onto North Lemon Avenue.
It's an untainted place, uncorrupted place. And you would let hell freeze over before you let anything come up in there and tear it up and tear what God has built up. Tear the purity of that place apart. Why is God so strict? Because he loves home. He loves the people. Home, he has to protect.
At the light, use the left lane to make a U-turn at Grays River Drive.
He has to protect our home. His children are there. He can't just let anybody and their mama come up in there with
Make a U-turn. Then take the first right onto North Lemon Avenue.
No. It's just like your children. If you really love your child, you're not. Oh shoot, that's red. All right. You're not gonna let nobody just come in and just start speaking crazy to your child and talking to them about sex and stuff, and you ain't even talked to them about it yet. No, you can't. You're corrupting get away from him. What do you mean? Even with my son, I didn't let him watch everything. I didn't let him listen to all kind of music. I don't let him. There's certain things I didn't give my son certain foods. My son didn't know what soda was until he got around his dad. My son didn't know, that certain things were quote unquote nasty. Because I fed him veggies. I gave him applesauce and Whole Foods. So he didn't know about chili dogs until he got around his daddy. Because I was cooking him home cooked meals. My son, in the morning time, he would get hot breakfast. I'm up 3-4 hours before my time for work, making sure I shower, get myself together, then I go in and I cook him breakfast. I'm talking about pancakes, eggs. He had home cooking food. He ain't know what soda was. I let him have like a little 0-calorie like ice drinkies, little thing, those type of things. But he ain't know what that kind of stuff, because I didn't give that stuff to him. And if I gave him juice or something, I would put water in it. I mixed it with water. But yeah, I didn't expose my son to
At the light, turn right onto North Lemon Avenue.
because I didn't want his health corrupted. I didn't want people corrupting him with, you know, what he watched, what he was listening to. You know, I'm already kind of a heathen myself, and God is still healing me out of my heathenship. You know, I didn't want him being a heathen. You know, be better than mommy. Be better, mommy. Mommy already kind of got, you know, God is healing us. God is uncorrupting us. He's
in 3/4 of a mile.
But, you know,
Turn right onto Creekside Drive.
Mommy kind of got exposed to a lot of stuff that she wasn't really supposed to be exposed to. So, yeah, you know, mommy might listen to a little trap music, but I won't let you hear it. I won't let you hear it. But it's okay. Our grace is a little different, baby. But our grace is a little bit different. You're going to be so much better than me. And that's how, hey, Mia, hey, girl. I got a special going on for coaching calls.
At the next light, turn right.
This month. So if you want to coach in, let me know. You know how to reach me, girl. I got a special going on for this month. And it's my birthday month, by the way. Hey. Everybody like, what you gonna do for your birthday? Shoot, pay rent. What you doing for your birthday? Paying rent. I might find something to do. Something we gonna see.
At the light, turn right onto Creekside Drive. Then turn left onto Mustang Circle.
Shoot, that's a blessing right there. Be able to pay rent.
Turn left onto Mustang Circle. Then the destination is on your left.
Okay. I should ask y'all. Y'all can't hear my location stuff, right? Because I really do got the GPS on, and I want to make sure that it's not like, y'all can't hear my location stuff, right? Okay, yeah, email me. Y'all can't hear the location stuff, right? Like my GPS when it's talking. You know, I know it's kind of too late now because I'm already at my destination, but I'm kind of hoping that you can't. I'm kind of hoping that you can't.
The destination is on your left. Arrived.
I don't want it to be heard. Anyway, yeah. All right. Well, I'm finna get off here, y'all. God bless. I love y'all. I really do. I do mean it when I say that. I really do be loving y'all. But I'm finna get on off here. With love, y'all. Bye.